Hey, careful, coming down.
At Northern Lights Wildlife Shelter, the cub pen is filling up with new arrivals.
They're all looking.
Come on, let's go.
When they've been in transport for a long time, this is a safe spot now. They don't want to leave.
Oh, one is out.
A cutie, he's such a cute face. Okay, let's give them some time to settle in so that they're not so stressed out.
While the new cubs try to blend in, over in the yearling enclosure, it's almost empty.
Okay.
Except for the last few yearlings yet to be released.
3 more left. Starting to get quiet here.
Including one very special bear for Angelika Langen.
Wasabi is my poster child for rehab, that's for sure. Having come in closer to death than she was alive, she was in really, really bad shape. She had been hit by a vehicle.
Normally, a cub in this condition would be put down by conservation officers.
She had broken her lower jaw and had been out there for a while, so was really skinny and starving to death. We weren't sure if we could offer her a real chance.
But Angelika never gave up on Wasabi.
Once she decided, you know, we're gonna make this, she really dug in, she ate, and she's become one of the more confident, dominant bears in the group. I hope we can put a radio collar on her and follow her for a while and see how she's doing out there in the wild. That would be really cool.
Wasabi's tracking collar is on order, and when it arrives, she'll be released back into her home territory.
You just set her free and give her that chance of a life out there. That's gonna be a very special day I'll be celebrating. Open the gate! And there's a bunch of kids out there.
In the nursery at Northern Lights Wildlife Shelter are 2 recent arrivals, Yukon and his little brother Taku, who share a similar story to Wasabi's.
The mother was hit by a vehicle and killed by the collision, and we're thinking that the little one got kind of a little bit of a knock there too.
Just after the brothers came in, Kim discovered Taku was not well.
He was already giving the signals that he didn't feel good. He didn't want to eat.
Sorry, buddy. I think most of the blood is coming from the mouth.
The amount of damage, it wasn't looking good.
The vet examined Taku.
He does have some loose teeth there.
And gave him antibiotics to prevent infection. Taku's appetite started to come back.
He was doing really good. He was eating, and then all of a sudden, yesterday, he went off the food, and the brother wanted to entice him to play, and he didn't feel like playing. So that indicates that there's something not right with him. I'd like to take him in to make sure that we're not missing something like an infection or so that's going on internally. Just have an off feeling that something is not quite right.
Is he really, he's been quite feisty too, hey?
He has been feisty, yeah, so I would tip it.
Dr. Callie Lancaster will check out Taku. But first, he'll need sedation.
It was a little bit of a challenge to sedate him. They're kind of smart, they'll stand up.
There's nothing really to poke here.
You're being difficult. Anya.
Angelika did manage to get him out so I could get a sedation into him.
There we go.
Okay, we'll give him a few minutes to chill out here. It's a lot easier for us to deal with after that. Now let's see what's going on. I mean, the whole alignment seems okay. Oh yeah, a little bit of bone tissue there. So it looks like he almost might have sustained a bit of a fracture here. Oh wow. He's got quite an extensive area of necrotic tissue, which is dead kind of tissue here. It's compromised, so it's not in a good state.
At Northern Lights Wildlife Shelter,
Just three last bears standing.
3 last yearlings await release, including Wasabi, the cub who recovered from a broken jaw.
After her bad start with the injuries, if we can prove that an animal can just overcome it and be a normal bear, then it would be really cool. And especially for the little one we have now with similar injuries.
Definitely dealing with an infection here. This tooth is not in a good state.
Like Wasabi, Angelika's newest cub Taku arrived with a serious mouth injury.
I'm just gonna take that thing out right now.
Dr. Callie Lancaster is trying to treat Taku's damaged jawbone and teeth.
So this is just a baby tooth that we're taking out. Yeah, there's quite a movement of tissue there. Now let's see. This one too is compromised.
She removes 5 baby teeth and chipped bone fragments.
Oh, the big concern is, will the teeth grow in?
Yeah, will they? And if they don't, is how does
How
he
much?
seem?
Yeah.
How is he managing it? Yeah, I'm gonna try and close this up.
If Taku's adult teeth don't grow, his ability to eat and defend himself may be compromised.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Back at the shelter,
Oh, he's coming too, so. Hey, little one.
Taku is waking from sedation, while Angelika prepares to move Taku's brother, Yukon.
They need to be separated.
Taku needs a month on his own to properly heal. So Yukon is taken up to the main cub enclosure.
So this one wouldn't feel so lonely. We put him right in with the other bears. Hopefully within a day or two, he will feel comfortable with them. He is quite a bit smaller than the other bears that we have in here. But he will catch up quick with some good food and do some growing. That makes all the difference.
But Yukon is set on proving he's already a bigger bear by challenging the shelter's Goliath-sized cub, Timmy.
This little guy is just putting the bigger one in his place here. We see it again and again that the small ones have an incredible spirit.
Last year,
You are definitely feeling better.
After healing from her injuries, it was Wasabi who was the feisty underdog. Taking on Nutmeg, a bear well beyond her weight class. And sending him packing.
She's a little fighter. Well, she's not so little anymore. She was a little fighter. Now she's a big fighter.
Now Yukon has claimed his place and seems content to rest on his laurels.
That's good, you know, the size will not be holding him back from finding his place in the group. I like what I see.
Down in the nursery, Yukon's little brother Taku is struggling.
And when I open the door, you usually get some sort of reaction from the cubs then because I know you're coming in with food. Huh? He wasn't reacting much. He just lifted his head and looked at me, and his eyes seemed kind of dull.
Can I have some milk? Huh?
He went off his food and offered him food on the spoon. Didn't want any of that.
He's not taking in the nutrition that he needs. And he doesn't have very many reserves. He only weighs a little bit over 3 kilograms. He's certainly getting skinnier and weaker, and that's a very serious concern.
It's been 2 days since Taku had his baby teeth removed.
You bad? How are you feeling this morning?
And the sick, underweight cub is still refusing to eat.
Come on.
Usually we keep our hands off the animals as much as possible. In the case of this little bear, he needs food, he needs nourishment.
Go eat and join your brother again.
So I encouraged Kim to have a closer than usual relationship just to give him that nurturing that he needs right now.
It's good stuff. Come on.
It's like, no, this is the hard part of this job of rehab. These cases can really get to you.
To make matters worse, a blood blister has swollen inside Taku's mouth.
It looked almost like an abscess on the side of his face.
It needs to be drained.
Sit him on here and hopefully he's just gonna settle down. Watch that he doesn't hurt you, Kim.
He's pretty feisty. Can we wrap him in a towel?
Sure. Yeah, that's better.
I know, sweetheart. I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go.
We're hoping that with this bubble gone and we gave him a painkiller and a different antibiotic, that he will improve now.
Whoa, oh, baby. Oh.
It looks so much better. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's got the same kind of facial expression like his brother, right? Like, why did you just do this to me? What did I ever do to you?
Wildlife is really tough, and they can bounce back so good. So it's gonna hope for this little guy that he's gonna bounce back too. And he's like, stop talking, I want to take a nap.
While Taku rests, Angelika has a big day ahead. Wasabi's tracking collar has just arrived, so now she can be freed.
She has grown into a very nice, big female bear, and when you see them slowly improve and so on, you get really attached, and she's my favorite child this year.
This is a wasabi.
Don't poke me while I'm eating. Here we choose a couple for coloring. In her case, I chose her because A, she's local. So hopefully it's gonna give me an opportunity to follow up on her. And B, we feel that she is completely healed up, but she had a pretty severe injury, and it will be interesting to see how well she is adapted for the life out there. How tight do I want it? I almost would say one more.
The collar has to be fitted. Not too loose and not too tight.
I want her to have some room, but I'm anticipating that she will lose some weight. About there.
So is that big box thing the GPS on the top?
This is the battery, this is the GPS.
After 12 months, the collar is designed to automatically pop off.
Should do it. It's all good. There's nothing compromised, even though her jaw was broken in here. So, yeah.
Good job, girl.
Okay, put her in the box.
After coming in starving and weighing just 15 pounds a year ago, Wasabi is now going home a healthy weight.
Wasabi's chances out in the wild are the same as for every other bear. It's kind of a 50-50. 50% of the young bears survive once they leave their mother or once they go out of rehab. And that's just a fact of life. And once they're out there, it's up to them. If she's smart enough to stay out of trouble, I guess we'll find out.
Back at the shelter, Nicole prepares special bear milk formula for Taku.
Can I have some milk?
He was really sore, and he had no interest in eating, and he was already underweight.
So nice.
And when you're so underweight, at some point, you're losing the struggle there.
Come on, you're thinking about it.
And then he just stuck his little tongue out and started lapping up the milk.
Oh, good job.
That was awesome. I made my day, made my week.
That's yummy.
Are we going on the back road?
Yeah. Blunt Creek Forest Service Road. Wasabi, you're going home. You think she's excited?
100 kilometers north of the shelter, close to where Wasabi was found orphaned and injured a year ago.
Look at all the willow.
Kim and Angelika are looking for a good release site.
I think I'll turn around here and let her go that way.
Are you ready? Let's see. Are we good?
Just hang on 1 minute and go. Good girl.
Checking everything out.
She's pretty relaxed. she's already marking, like she's walking over bushes and she's putting her glance on it and her mark on it. So it's sending out messages, I'm here. You know, letting other bears that come through know that she's around.
Guess she likes lupins too. She's like, I missed breakfast, I'm hungry.
The little bear that had no chance. Mom and sibling killed, and she's the only survivor of the whole family. It's a really great feeling. I'm having high hopes for her. Okay, let's see. So we released her here. Then she did this.
You've been motoring, eh?
It's been 4 weeks since Wasabi was released with her tracking collar.
And she's been very stationary in this area.
Okay.
So very, very stable. So far, so good.